right. Good evening and welcome to episode 37 of Legal Tech Live. I'm Nick Rishwain here with
and I'm Ivan Rakeland. Hold up. I'm Ivan. All right, keep going, Nick.
You didn't let me get into the intro. All right. So we are here with our guests tonight, Pegeen and Dave Turner, the co-founders of MyFirmData.com. MyFirmData is a custom reporting application or solution for Clio. They create reports, save reports, and schedule reports for Clio practice management system. Pegeen and Dave, welcome. Thank you for being here with us and testing the old live feature with us again. We're
what's going on, Facebook friends? How do I share this?
I don't know that it's shared. I don't know that it's live, Ivan. It's I'm not seeing.
All right, let me jump in.
Good.
Good
to get back to the old style, right?
It is. Once we actually get back to it, but the link has been made freely available because we do want to bring in viewers to ask questions if possible. Anyway, Pegeen, Dave, thanks for being here. We really appreciate it. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you guys got started with MyFirmData.com, how it came to be.
You want to take the lead on this one?
I'll take the lead. It started about a year ago, and I'll give you a speck of background on me so you kind of know where we're coming from. I am a legal technology consultant, and I have been working with attorneys for about 20 years. I am not an attorney, but I have been trying to integrate technology into attorneys' practices for a long time, both inside of law firms as well as outside. I've been a consultant for about 8 years and a Clio consultant since 2010, which I guess is about 8 years too.
8 years as well.
So I've been working with attorneys for quite a long time. And
my background, I've been over 20 years in technology. I've spent most of that time in the HR space, HR tech, as we were discussing earlier. And so I've been implementing large ERP systems. I've implemented the HR module in SAP, PeopleSoft, and then from that also integrating smaller bolt-on systems into those large systems. And along with that, I've been doing some management and things of that nature and overseeing reporting as part of the HR activity, and that's sort of my connection with the tool.
Excellent. And so how did the tool come to be, and why the separate need for a specific reporting tool within the Clio case management software, or practice management software, I should say?
It started actually probably several years ago. I am a certified Clio consultant and have been working with them for a long time. And I talk to customers and or potential Clio customers, and the custom reporting piece was always a piece that I ran into with people who would come to me and say, well, we want to move to Clio or a practice management system in the cloud. And I'd say, great. As Clio is great. There's lots of other great practice management systems out there. But as long as you don't need custom reporting, then that's great. So it was I found as a consultant, it was a big need that I felt for my customers. And I talked to Clio about it, and they're like, yeah, we hear that as a pain point for our customers as well. And I really had talked about it to my customers probably for several years. And then last year, Clio announced this launch code contest last year at the Clio conference, and I happened to bring this one with me to New Orleans last year. Yep. And part of the conference, when Jack was announcing the contest, I kind of leaned over to him and said, somebody needs to work on custom reporting, because it was certainly a barrier in my practice to bring people to Clio, and it was a problem that I thought somebody could probably solve. And so
And it dovetailed nicely with the fact that I'd just gotten off yet another 3 to 5 year project. When you're implementing these ERP systems, it's always just a massive time. And so I was just kind of burnt out and looking for a break and something to do. And is there a quick project? I was kind of trying to figure out what a quick project might look like. And here comes Jack Newton. Within an hour of starting the conference that I was brought to, he kind of throws this in our lap. So Pegeen talked incessantly throughout the conference about how custom reporting ought to be worked on and reporting was a need. And finally, as I iterated in our launch code presentation, it took her until we were driving back to the airport to suddenly look at me and realize, hey, haven't you worked on reporting tools before? And I'd done a couple of them, and I'd already been thinking kind of while she was talking about how it might work, and we kind of designed the system on the airplane back to Raleigh. Mm-hmm. And so we said if we can make it simple and effective and affordable, we would have something that lawyers can use. Right. Because lawyers need to be able to use it. Clio deals with a lot of solo and small firms. Mm-hmm. If you build this there are reporting tools out there that you can sort of cobble different things together and make it work, but you almost have to be a tech expert to get it there or hire somebody.
Or a SQL programmer.
Yeah, and we wanted a tool that a lawyer could use and just use. And wouldn't have to do a lot of education, that it looked familiar because they understand. We wanted it to be similar to Clio. So we kind of built it with that Clio customer in mind and for that need.
Excellent. So what type of reports, custom reports, are these solos and smalls looking for that you guys are, the more custom report that they wanted that Clio didn't offer that you guys do offer?
Well, it's funny because Clio offers 16 reports, and that was certainly something that when you talk to Clio customers, the reports are fine, and it's really what lots of firms need. But it's what we have tried to do is build a tool for reports that firms want. Maybe they want to add a custom field to one of the Clio reports, and they're not allowed to do that right now. They can by exporting and manipulating spreadsheets, and so it can be done. It's just a pain in the butt and takes a long time, and typically attorneys don't have time to do that, or they're pushing it off to their firm administrator or paralegal, and they're not necessarily getting the information out of Clio that they really want to get.
And a lot of it, I hear we were at the Clio conference, obviously, and people kept coming up and wanting to figure out how to parse out collections in a different way. Mm-hmm. So everybody wanted to look at collections differently. Some had offices all over the state. They wanted to look at it by office. Others had multiple practice areas. And so it's added flexibility to what Clio provides, trying to sort of supercharge that functionality.
Okay.
And the other thing that we found is that Clio, it gives lots of reports on specific timekeepers, like originating timekeeper and originating attorney and responsible attorney. But there's associates in the firm, there's paralegals in the firm. So they want data on those timekeepers too, to see, is this person working 40 hours a week, or what kind of productivity are they having? So a lot of productivity reports are what people are looking for to be able to see. So revenue reports, collections reports. Is somebody making money? Is somebody not making money? What kind of collections are they getting from a particular client at any particular month?
Excellent. So are you able, so does MyFirmData build reports specifically per firm? Do you customize it per firm, or you just have some additional customization that applies across the board?
What we basically do is we offer you 7 different report types, and it can be billing or matter, user. We offer 7. And it's basically a blank slate within each one of those, and it's really how you're coming at the report. If you want to know about billing, things around the billing side, you'd start with a billing report. Okay. And so we give you a blank slate and allow you to pick any of the fields out of Clio that you want, that you can associate, where you used to have to run 3 or 4 spreadsheets and then spend an hour or 2 figuring out how to put them together. Gotcha. We've done all that work within the tool for you. All the field names are Clio field names. Everything, the menu items and everything are going to relate back. So you can sort of get in and get what you need, preview it, and then easily come back to it if you mess something up and go ahead and put something else back in. So it lets you play with the report until you get what you want.
Gotcha.
And the other cool part about that that I found for attorneys specifically is that they run monthly reports and weekly reports. And so we also put in a scheduling tool as well that allows people to set up their monthly reports, and then they're delivered to them to, again, try and save time, and they get their report sitting in their inbox.
Okay,
so.
Cool. So that, and what is, I noticed on the website you guys have essentially, and let me go back and take a look at this.
A little bare bones, we know.
Right, very bare bones, but that's okay. We asked for firms who are. Oh, there we go. Ivan's got it for me.
Right.
We have our minimally viable product.
Minimally viable product, and those companies that are 12 months or less. So,
right.
But and you said if you go to pricing real quick, Ivan, for me. So it's a $20 a month per user, or is that per firm, or how does that work?
It's per user, but since our users have administrator access, they can run reports on the entire firm. So you can make it, if you have a 3-person team that deals with that sort of thing, you would be able to have all 3, or you could have just 1 person that runs for the whole firm.
Okay, cool. And that's, you're trying it. So this is as you're trying it, you've got people trying it for free right now to see if it works for them, right?
Correct. We've been in beta test the last couple of months, and we should be coming out of that at the end of the month.
At the end of the month, and you'll have a new pricing structure at the end of the month, you think?
Yeah, we're going to start. We're bringing our, as you can see there, our light product is going to be $20 a month. We have that price. That really is for small firms, small and solos. And by that, we're talking about data. You can have a solo attorney that does a ton of traffic court business, and so they'd have a lot of data. So this is really looking from the data side. We give you 18 months of data with those 7 report types we talked about, with unlimited ability to save or schedule. Okay. And that was really our proof of concept product that worked well enough. We said, let's put this out for small firms. It's affordable and it works. It gives them 18 months, and then we need to scale that up. So we've figured out the user interface, and now we want to scale that out to firms that need more, basically. Right. More report types, more years of information, and we're going to have a dashboard that we're putting out there that's going to give them information at a glance about their firm. So we're kind of maxing out professional, and enterprise will get bigger with each one. Excellent,
excellent. So you guys do see expansion into the larger, mid-size, and large law firms.
Absolutely, because originally we wanted to create one product for all firms, and we found that that unfortunately we couldn't do that.
Yeah, the scaling was just too much. Once the larger firms just had so much data to push that it made it impractical for smaller firms. So at that point, we made it great for somebody and terrible for another, and that's not our goal. And so we decided we'd split into 3 products, something for everybody.
Okay, good. And Ivan, I'm sorry, I know you're trying to you're navigating here, and I'm taking all the questions, but I want to let our guests know that we did go ahead and cancel the Facebook live stream. We will report back on why that failed when we know more. But this video is being recorded, and we'll still have the replay available. I just want to have us back. We're still getting the interview. You're still getting the interview. That's still happening, but the actual live, there must have been an issue with the.
We can live with that.
Yeah, you guys.
Everyone's still getting their money's worth.
Yeah,
there you go. That's the important thing. I'm getting full value out of this chat.
Full value. So I just let you guys know. So it's just the 3 of us now. Others could join, but it's a matter of whether or not they choose to.
That works.
So Clio specific at this point, but. Thoughts about other, because the practice management space has obviously become quite competitive. Any thoughts about growing out there? I know I don't want to get you guys in trouble. You've had a close relationship with Clio, etc. But
and Clio's the one that got us to this dance, right? So you start, you don't want to leave with the person that didn't bring you to that dance. So we pretty much, for the first few years, it's our goal to really focus on the Clio customer, the Clio experience, and to make sure we get this right for Clio, because that's the group that we feel really, it's a great company, a great bunch of people, growing like crazy, as you can see. All the reports that are coming out since the Clio conference. So we really feel good hitching our buggy to this wagon. And in a few years, when we get it perfect, I don't think that we would stop, from looking at other places. But for the first few years, we have no intention of going wide. We're going to go deep.
Yeah, and that makes sense, especially early on. And again, I like that, because you're committing to those who, like you said, brought you to the dance, and loyalty is it's important. I like that.
And we wanted to build a product people would love to use. And what I saw, like I said, we know you can get reports out of Clio different ways. But they're not lovable. And so we really want to focus on making people love the product, giving them something they can use easily, and then we'll look at the future from there. But we want to get it first.
But we also know that reporting is not sexy.
Sure.
But it's one of those essential pieces that firms need, and that was the interesting part about the whole Clio conference. Was it was all about data and what kind of data to use in your firm, and what kind of metrics you can measure to make sure that your firm is profitable and will be here 10 years from now. So hopefully they can use our tool to get that data out to run those metrics.
That's excellent. And data is where we're going. It's litigation data, your reporting data. It's all, we were just having a conversation about data in our office today. So it's all powerful, or knowledge is power, I should say.
Yeah.
Ivan, feel free to jump in here. I know I'm going, sometimes I get going and then he has a hard time stopping me.
No, you're on a roll.
I know.
Tell my voice is a little bit off today.
You tell me when you're ready for the finance questions, Ivan, and I'm happy to roll that way.
Yeah, so we'll do it right now then, since you're forcing me into it.
I will.
So, as far as how big's the company and what's your plan? Essentially, I know you touched upon it a little bit, but if you can tell us from the time you went from concept to today, and then kind of what the next year looks like.
Sure. From concept, we got back from the Clio we got off the plane. I immediately called a friend of mine who I've worked with for years. We've done a bunch of battles together, and we had always talked about going to business together. He's an integration expert. I said, hey, we've got a great idea. You got to come along for the ride. So he became a co-founder. And then he's our chief technology officer, Raju Pinamacha. And then another gentleman that I'd wanted to work for a number of years is my father, Nick Turner. He's kind of a serial entrepreneur. We were trying to figure out how many companies he'd started, and we got to about 13 or 14 and just quit. So he's helping us out with just some of the business stuff in the background. And together, the four of us have moved forward trying to put this thing together. We have outsourced our development, and we're managing the project internally. So
where did you outsource to? Eastern Europe, or?
We outsourced to India, actually. That's where we have contacts and know people over there that we can trust. And so we didn't want to go somewhere where we just didn't have any feel for the environment. And so our co-founder was familiar with the area, knew some folks over there that could help. And so the four of us have kind of moved forward with the development team to this point. That's where the company is. We have one employee right now who's been helping us get all of our training stuff together. He's been doing a great job getting our YouTube channel set up and putting some videos out there that not only train, but show you how to replicate some of the Clio reports that you might use. Also some of the collections reports we were talking about, sort of simple ways to set those up. And so
let's pull that up.
Yeah, training, that should get you there. Perfect. And so after you get through the what is MyFirmData, which gives you a little overview, you can see the training videos. I think we have 4 right now that take you from login through advanced reporting with our filters and criteria.
Okay.
And then you can see below that the customizing Clio reports. This is where we're getting to trying to give you the ability to take that Clio report and add a couple fields and get there. And then actually, the customizing Clio reports gives you some of the reports from scratch, and the recreated Clio reports are the ones that come out of Clio. So my apologies.
Got it.
Plan on fleshing this out completely and having every Clio report out there. Where we see ourselves in the next year, we are looking at slow growth. We're self-funded. Mm-hmm. So we're not worried about impressing anybody with super fast growth. We'd much rather have a steady, intelligent growth. And so that's kind of our approach to it. We're not going to try to get 1,000 customers in day one. We're going to try to get the customers that really need us and work from there.
Cool. And what has your adoption been like so far? It's mostly solo and smalls?
It has been, and we've had a lot of interest from larger firms, but our product right now is for solo and small. So right now we're building a quickly growing list of people who want to beta test.
Okay.
So they are ready for the professional version to come out. We're hoping to have that out in beta early next year. And so we love talking to them. We love the enthusiasm they bring, because they're the ones who really are starting to lose track of parts of their firm as they grow. You know, which employees are producing and which ones are finding space to not produce, and it's hard to find that when you get larger.
Sure.
Yeah, so.
And are you focused on, first of all, I do want to welcome AJ Richmond, longtime viewer from early days, has realized that we were back to recording the show again and is here. AJ, thanks for being here. AJ is...
AJ, my hair off to you as well.
I can't do that, but I would.
AJ is a criminal defense attorney down in Georgia. Small solo practitioner. So
we've been together since day one, pretty much.
Yeah,
excellent.
You've been a regular viewer for a long time. So, who is your? Are we talking firms mostly who are high volume firms? Because I know we've got some personal injury friends who, you know, if they put down 3 or 4 cases in a year, it's pretty impressive, right? But those are high dollar cases. Right. So their intake at their current stage in life is not the same as, say, somebody who's doing workers' compensation.
Right. Yeah.
Are you looking for the high volume firms? Are those the ones who need this type of reporting mostly?
Well, I would say really any firm that has been using Clio for any length of time, and I've seen this in my practice, and we saw it again at Clio, is that they reach a point where the reports in Clio are not doing it for them. They no matter how they manipulate it, it just takes time. And so they're looking for easy solutions for problems that they run into every day. We had somebody come up to us and say, I see 1,000 different uses for this reporting tool. Something simple, something more advanced. So I can't tell you how many people that have asked me over the years, how can I get a Christmas card list out of Clio? And again, something silly, but that's not something that Clio is focused on, and rightly so, but it's certainly something that everybody wants to be able to do in their practice. They want to be able to send out holiday cards. And
we can do it not just holiday cards, but now with this tool, you can put all the addresses of your clients and whatnot along with the revenue that's being produced out of their matters. And you can figure out who your high revenue clients are and your low revenue, and decide what size fruit basket to send everybody. So, kind of giving you a deeper dive into the data. And it's the interesting thing, just talking, mid-size have a firm that is kind of getting out of control and they need to dial it in a little bit. I had a number of solo firms, attorneys come up at Clio and say, I don't think I need your tool, which is a great, game on. I'm more than willing to talk to that person. So, I said, that's great. You may not, because you obviously know when you're slacking off and when you're not. You don't have to check your own productivity. But let me ask, where's all your business coming from? Are you tracking referral sources? And a blank look immediately. And I said, not only that, but which one of your sources are really producing high revenues for you? Who should you be focusing on pleasing? Didn't know that either. So even though you're just a solo firm, there are still things you can do to manage your firm better. And that's what we're getting to, is a tool that lets you look into the past and see where you are today and help you plan for the future. Sure. And figure out where you need to redirect. And so that's what we're hoping to give law firms with the tool.
Excellent. Now, when they get your report, they just go ahead and they download it into a CSV file, and then for example, I want to send, or maybe I want to make contact. Maybe Clio offers this. I'm not a Clio user myself because I'm not practicing, but they want to send an email blast, Halloween safety tips or something.
Right.
They taking that information out of your report and then uploading it to their constant contact or their.
You can preview the report and you can just print it if you want to just look at it, or you can export it to PDF or Excel or CSV, and you can analyze it, review it, do whatever you need to there as well. And then once again, you can schedule it to send it in any of those formats to your inbox once you get it set up.
Or you can send it, you can have it emailed to your marketing person too. So.
Okay.
Or accountant. We heard everybody. We had everybody is a strong is a little heavy, but very many people said my accountant wants something at the end of every month, and every month I'm a week late because I forget it. And this would allow you to schedule it and just have it ship off to your accountant at the end of the month.
Nice, nice.
Again,
Ivan, jump in.
Time, so.
Now, you know about this industry a little bit more than I do in Clio, Nick. That's why I'm kind of sitting here and listening and learning.
Yeah,
I'm more on the financing side of things. So, I mean, as you grow, slow growth over the next 12 years, 12 months.
12 years would be great. That's a lot of that. We'd be huge.
Like, what's the plan to scale quickly after you really get the product market fit?
After we get the product market fit, I guess with this first one, we're going to scale out as fast as we can on the other two products. And at that point, I think is once we have all three products out and working the way we want them to work, I think that's the point at which we start looking around and saying, are there other tools out there that would need, or are there other products that would need this type of tool? Because
there are, and having been in this space for a long time, Clio's not the only tool out there. But most of the tools out there do not do custom reporting either. So there's certainly a market for it. There's certainly users who are using other products that have this need as well.
Yeah, yeah, and AJ actually mentions he's a MyCase user. What they've used, and so I don't know what their custom reporting is capable of, but
they have custom reporting if I recall. So
yeah. So it's there. I mean, there are a lot of practice management companies out there. It's a competitive area. So I like your focus on, Clio, I think, is by far the biggest in market share as well, in my understanding. So will they, and you may or may not be able to answer this, will they be, once the custom reporting, the other two products that you have coming out, the professional and in the enterprise, are they helping you to co-brand this, or will they be sharing this out to their customers and helping you to promote? And I don't want to get anybody in trouble for.
No, actually, it's funny because I would say the Clio salespeople have been some of our best clients right now, because they're calling us because, and again, I saw this as from a Clio consultant point of view. When I would talk to bigger firms, and now when those Clio salespeople are talking to bigger firms, they want a custom reporting tool. So they're calling us and saying, well, here's this firm that's talking about using Clio, but they need this report, this report, this report. Can MyFirmData do those reports?
And Clio really does have they are a partner. I think from what I've seen, that's kind of what I think I said at some point. I don't know if I would do this with just any company.
Right.
Clio brings the partnership along with enthusiasm. I mean, they really want tech. They really want to go to that next step and help lawyers get to the next step. So I think the partnership that they bring was just as important as to our decision to move forward as anything else.
But I also think there's certainly a part of our marketing strategy is to help Clio grow, because if Clio grows to bigger firms, they have a need for custom reporting. So hopefully we will grow along with them.
Yeah, that's excellent. That is excellent. So, and it would be good for you. It would be good for you. Their growth would be good for MyFirmData and so forth. So,
and they're not slowing down anytime soon that I know of. So,
not from what I saw of everything coming off of the Clio Cloud 9. I'll be going next year. I didn't go this year, but I'll be there next year.
Stop by the booth next year. It'd be great to meet in person.
Yeah, it's always fun to meet in person once I met people face to face through video. It just makes it a much more fun interaction, and I'm trying to get Ivan to go as well.
I was going to say, are you bringing Ivan with you? I mean,
we were talking last week or the week before that it has been probably at least 18 months since our last in-person get-together. So
come to the show, Ivan. You'll love it.
Yeah, it looks like it's a great show, a great great conference. I mean, it looks like a lot of
I've only been to 2, but I've come back with like new ideas and a lot of energy from each one. They really know how to do a conference.
yeah.
Well, I've been to all 6. I've been to all 6
wow.
conferences.
Oh, wow. So you know everybody.
Well, I do. I know lots of people.
You can't walk down the hall with her without 5 or 6 hugs. And
But it's certainly a product that I believe in, and I think they are, and that's why kind of this whole thing came about. Was
it's a perfect fit.
It was a good fit from my background to his background to Clio and where they're going, and then the launch code contest just kind of put it over the top. That said, okay, let's
try it.
Yeah, let's spend a year trying to build this tool and see if it'll work. And so far, it's good.
Very cool. Very cool.
Nice.
So, AJ, since you are our one live person, we had some difficulty going to the Facebook Legal Tech community group tonight. Do want to reiterate that our guests tonight are Pegeen Turner and Dave Turner. They are the co-founders of MyFirmData.com. It is.
If it's all right with everybody, can we bring AJ in for one question?
Sure.
If
Absolutely.
AJ wants to come in.
Yeah, of course.
He may be shy.
He likes to come in, though.
So, yeah, oftentimes AJ is dadding at this time of the year, or this time of the evening. So that is all up to you, AJ, if you are not feeding a baby.
We've been there. We understand that.
Well, if he wants to come in, he can jump in. But
we'll let how do I get in? Ivan, so you have to promote him to a panelist.
Promoting.
Go to more under his name and click promote to panelist.
There you go. I just did it.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, he's mobile.
He'll have to unmute, as we've learned.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
You can unmute him as well, Ivan.
I think he does it on his own. Well, maybe not.
He's on mobile. It may be hard for him to figure that out.
There, you're on, AJ.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We cannot see you.
Huh. All right. Well, hold on.
We see a big black screen.
All right. Well, I can see you. I don't. It says
Ivan,
my video. I said yes. I don't know what's happening. But hello.
Hello.
yeah, AJ, you have a question for Pegeen and Dave Turner?
So I'm just watching everything that you're doing. I think this is great. I was going to say that I really want to, even though I don't use Clio, I sort of want to join everybody at the Clio conference next year.
It really is not, even though it is a user conference, it really has become more of a technology conference. Yes, there are Clio components, but there's also lots of non-Clio components. And it's really, it's fun and educational and
the vendors that are there aren't just Clio vendors. They all many of them have capability, outside other integration partners they work with. They have standalone products as well. And so I spoke to somebody at the conference last year who said they weren't a Clio user, weren't planning to be a Clio user, but they were taking about a dozen ideas back to the firm with them.
Right.
So I thought that's a testament to the fact that there is an audience outside of Clio that the conference works for as well. And it made an HR guy get interested in law, so it can't be all that bad, right?
There you go.
No, it sounds fun.
And AJ, they're I don't know what they're offering. I know there's some early bird tickets. I got in with a group. Ivan is not yet gotten in on a group, but the two of you could combine and get some of the early bird group tickets.
For sure.
and it's going to be in San Diego.
How come we're not speaking at the event?
Because we've been offline for like almost a year until the last.
You're back now.
Yeah, because we're back now. Well, maybe we will be speaking at the event by then.
Full force.
You got a year to plan.
That's right.
Well, guys,
All right.
AJ, thanks for the question. We appreciate it. I'm going to push you back down. I don't mean anything by it, not negative, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap up with Pegeen and Dave, and we'll close out for the night.
Nice to meet you, AJ. Nothing personal, I'm sure.
You too.
Bye, AJ.
Hi, AJ. Good seeing you, man. Well, listening to you, not seeing you.
Good listening to you. So that is our evening. I know Ivan is struggling with some allergies and a cold. Ivan, thank you for at least being present and being our tech guy tonight.
Yes, sir.
Great to meet you, Ed.
Pegeen and Dave, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. How do people get in touch with you?
You can contact us at our website is www.myfirmdata.com. We have support at or info at myfirmdata.com. Those are probably the best ways off the top of my head to get in touch.
Yep, that's good. I will also say that they are quite responsive at MyFirmData on Twitter. Twitter, the social media choice for legal technology startups.
The social media juggernaut in the legal tech.
It is hard to find anybody in legal technology outside of Twitter. So,
yeah, so I've gotten a full education on Twitter in the last month or two, so it's interesting diving into that world.
Yeah, you basically, it seems like everybody in the legal tech space, as soon as they launch their company, they're like, I guess I need to open a Twitter account.
That's where all the cool kids are. I mean, come on, you got to hang out with the cool kids. Look at you two.
We've had ours for like a decade, right?
Yeah, we may not be quite if anything, I think we're certainly more of the fun kids than maybe the cool kids. We certainly like to have a little bit more fun than your standard stuffy legal experience.
Although sometimes you will find me wearing a tie every once in a while.
On occasion, he'll be wearing a tie.
Well, we'll look out.
I will not. I will not. So once again, thank you so much, Pegeen and Dave. Pleasure having you on. Thank you, everybody. You can find them at myfirmdata.com and at myfirmdata on Twitter. And this is Nick Rishwain for episode 37 of Legal Tech Live with my co-host.
With the somewhat loud and boisterous, particularly this episode, Ivan Rakelin.
Thanks so much.
Dave.
We hope you guys come back.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it.
Hope you guys come back in 6 months and tell us how things have taken off.
We'd love to. We'll do a follow-up.
That'd be awesome.
Man.
Live next time.
That's
now.
right. We'll go full live next time.
Full live. Thank you, everybody.
See you guys.
Stay tuned for episode 38.